Good morning, dieharders. Who's ready to live free or die hard on this here episode of the S&W EXPerience Podcast. I am your host, the Shogun, and my good friend Syxx is joining me today in the part one of this another mammoth-sized episode on the S&W EXPerience. So, without further ado, here we go.
3, 2, 1, go. 3.
That's it. Dude, the dude who said fuckboy. That's
Yeah, like you would take like Snapchat photos with like the dog ears.
shit.
Fresh Prince.
dude, man. Hey, man, this show. There's a complaint I never thought I would have about a Fresh Prince reboot. Will swears too much. Seriously.
I think they want to be all gritty. I call it the Zack Snyder effect. They have to throw some F-bombs in there.
Dude, like this, because in like the original show, when like Will's dad walked out on him, sure, he was mad about it, and he was like, you know what, I don't need him, like I learned how to shave without him, learned how to drive without him, to hell with this guy.
Yeah.
But in this one, he's fucking yelling in his face like, get the fuck out of here, don't you ever fucking come back. Just, what the?
It's too much. It's too much. This isn't like a fucking movie on Studio Universal. Like, just, ease up with the... Jesus Christ, man.
Dude, like, also, at the end of the day, Will is a kid. Lou's an adult, man. Like, the fact that
Exactly.
he's not gonna, realistically, he's not gonna stand for his kid, like, he's swearing at him like that. Like, you get the fuck out of my face, just like, no. Dude.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, I didn't go into this expecting a comedy, but I feel like with this reboot, they just like, nah, this isn't a comedy anymore. This is a straight up drama. Like, we're serious now.
Which is weird. I thought it would be fucking, this show is in front of a studio audience. I thought it would be that same shit.
Really?
Studio audience shit. Fucking full of house shit,
With the canned laughter and everything.
Yeah, I thought it'd be like back to formula. Not this fucking Riverdale ass shit.
Oh, shit, dude. It's just, I don't know, man. It would have felt...
Riverdale shit.
Yeah, this shit takes itself way too seriously, man. Like, just... This fuck is no fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's trying to be CW. It's trying to be all the other things. But it's just no, stick to what you know. They're trying to be Teen Wolf. They're trying to be the 100. All these, just darkly lit, color matted shows.
They essentially took Fresh Prince and made it a BET movie. When you really stop and think about it.
Exactly.
I was expecting Tyler Perry to come out of the fucking corner or some shit. Like the lawyer guy on all those video movies.
If they were really brave, they'd have made Tyler Perry Uncle Phil. That would be interesting.
At least that would be funny, dog. At least it'd be funny. Oh, dude. No, who would have been a solid move in that case? Like a proper deadbeat dad. The guy from that Tyler Perry movie. Like, he's like the abusive husband in every BET movie ever. Like,
oh yeah, the big brown nigga with the bald head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that nigga.
Yeah, like, dude would probably play a deadbeat man like this.
Give him some sweats, give him a beanie, some gloves. He's sorted, he's lewd.
Oh shit, dude. Oh. Damn.
Oh man.
aside, dude, like, rebooting Fresh Prince, like, hey man, what do you think when you first heard that announcement? Like, you know, coming soon, a reboot of the Fresh Prince. Like,
see, when I first heard it, right? When I first heard it, I was thinking like, okay, is the story continuing? But like, it's a new canon. Okay, cool. But are we still gonna see like, okay, we have Will Smith and Carlton? Do they have kids by now, or is it like still set then? So like, it's I thought I'd see people's kids, Alfonso's kids, Ashley, all like all of them. I didn't think that would be like a new thing until I saw like the first look things on what is it, EW and tweets and whatever, and I was like, oh fuck, Will ain't 40. It's a new guy. That's gonna be not too good. Not too good.
yeah. And you could tell from like that first trailer that they were really leaning into like the drama of it all. Like just
I was like, oh, like what the hell is this? Like why are they trying to make fucking Carlton a conventionally attractive black boy? He was never that. He was a nerd. They got like some model looking ass nigga with biceps. Like it's just
but
so
that doesn't work.
dumb.
Like that doesn't work for that.
They tried too hard.
Yeah. There was this line in the trailer, like Uncle Phil was like, he's like, why should I risk myself for a kid who whatever, who doesn't appreciate whatever. And Aunt Viv was like, because you owe it to him. Just like, what the fuck is going on?
I don't owe you shit. I don't even know you, like nigga.
Like they literally took him in as a favor. They don't to his mom, not him. They don't owe him shit. Like,
yeah,
dude,
you owe his mom shit. You don't owe him nothing. Fuck it.
Man, it's like that. Oh, the theme. Okay. I wasn't expecting, like, in West Philadelphia, born and raised. Like, okay, I wasn't expecting that, but, like, dude.
Something groovy.
Yeah. Just,
something groovy. Something you can dance to.
yeah, man.
Something you can feel. Not just like, ooh, everything is some fucking, dark and gloomy, serious music. Oh, look at me, I'm rated 16. What is that? It's dumb as hell.
Why is this rated 16? Nothing happens on Fresh Prince that you can be like, yeah, this needs a 16 rating. Just,
I think it's because, they be fucking and shit. They be like, having these sex scenes and tongue kissing scenes. So it kind of raises that level.
yeah.
Inadvertently.
Not to mention all dropping F-bombs like this.
Every now and again, like he's I don't know, fucking Italian Musliman.
Like in that one conversation with Lou, the amount of times the word nigga came up, it just wait.
Exactly. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. What's your problem?
Like, dude, you don't talk to your dad like that, man. It's not just, I know he's dead, but fuck's sake, man.
Yeah, like, nah, bro, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
Because what are you doing? It's so crazy.
Yeah. There was, this scene where they tried to, I don't get this. Like, they tried to make us empathize with Lou and why he, like, walked out with them. He was like, I was trying, like, 24/7, man. Like, I was doing everything I could to, like, make sure y'all had food on the table. Like, just, because I missed, in the original, he was just a deadbeat. He just walked out. But, like, in this one, it's like, nah, I was out there, like, I was trying to, make a better life and all this shit. Just like, what the fuck? Are you trying to make me feel sorry for Lou? Like, just, why? No, at the end of the day, you walked out, nigga. I don't need your excuses. You still walked out.
Exactly. True.
Yeah. Speaking of those villains that we can kind of feel for, what did you think of Gore in Love and Thunder? Wait, you saw it, right? You saw Thor?
No, not yet.
Shit.
I'm gonna see it maybe like, so today's Monday. I don't know, maybe Thursday, Friday.
Damn.
Cause I'm less busier now. I had a lot of work. You know, just like literal like work, not school work.
Shit, though. Well, this ain't exactly a spoiler. It's more or less my opinion on the film, so I'll keep it spoiler free, though. Christian Bale as Gore is a creepy bastard, man. Like,
would you say? I know everyone's comparing was like, oh, it doesn't live to the comics. Would you say that didn't matter in the movie?
It didn't matter, dude. He's still creepy as fuck. He's like he's the first like MCU villain that actually has like he's scary, man. Like something out of it's like he was ripped out of a horror movie and transplanted into this film. You know, it's just
wow. Yeah,
dude.
That's crazy.
There's this scene, it's not a spoiler, it's like he's like talking to these kids, because like this one kid was talking about like the story of how Thor cut off Thanos' head, and the kids were like, wow, and then he like creeps in from the shadows, and he like brings up this like snake thing, and he's like, this is so-and-so, like, you know what he likes? Having his head ripped off. He rips his thing's head off, and these kids are like terrified, and he's like, oh, you liked it a minute ago. Like, just... what the fuck?
Jesus.
Oh, shit.
But like, I have to say one thing.
Yeah.
The way, like right now, everything is going, tonally wise, I think Taika needs to maybe put it on pause a bit.
It's too
Like, I
goofy.
think, like, yeah, like, it's getting there. It's getting there. Like, it's slowly progressing past the means of being modern to being Flanderized. Like, yeah, the Ragnarok reboot was necessary. We needed it. We weren't gonna watch a fucking like Elizabethan, you know, oh Loki, Dolph brother, you know. We needed that change.
Yeah.
But you know, the longer something goes for, it can go from actual meaningful change to Flanderization, and I don't want that. I think now they can just put a pause on like the whole tone, shift slightly more just into the serious one again. You know, you can slip in and slip out of it. It's optional, but I don't want it to go further. What do you think?
I kind of like that in the lighthearted scenes, it's all laughs, nothing's going on. But then in this movie, like when Gore actually shows up, that shit's gone, dude. That tone is gone. No jokes, no smart comebacks. He's just like fucking people up and shit. Like, it's not funny. Nothing funny goes on. It's just that tone is gone. So I admit the movie does lean too much into goofiness in some places. Like when they see Zeus, that's when I'm just like, okay, now this is a cartoon now, man. Like, come on, like just come back down to earth. Just yeah, and you're right about the movies going from the Shakespearean thing they had going on with like the dark world, and you know back then Thor was like way too serious, but now he's like a little too wacky. You know, like sure, you know, Gore showing up, he does take that seriously, but not to the extent like, you know, it's not as serious as he was in Infinity War. You know.
Exactly, and that's a problem. That's a problem. Because when you hit a sweet spot, you're supposed to stop. You're not supposed to get greedy and carry on. You've hit your sweet spot, just relax. or you're ahead. That's the rule.
Yeah. Hey, though, dude, this film's got so many more. Oh, right. No sports shit.
Exactly.
Though I will say this though, like Zeus was hey, that was not what I was expecting, man. I mean, not Russell Crowe. I knew it was Russell Crowe, but like his character was not what I was expecting. It's not what you'd expect from Zeus, you know, like the king of the gods, whatever. It's just like, huh.
Like Zack Snyder's Zeus.
Dude.
I mean, listen. One thing I know, and again, this isn't spoilers, but it's common sense. The way Zeus is depicted in, like, you know, these fucking like dick riding movies, he's this powerful entity. He has biceps, and he's serious, and he looks amazing. He looks brilliant. He's beautiful. He's like regal and whatever. He's tough. In reality, Zeus was a fucking slobby bastard who slept with multiple women and frolicked in the gardens and just ate. He was a piece of shit. You know, he had lots of kids, more than just, you know, young Hercules. So like the way we see him, that's like the most accurate way.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the West is brainwashed us to be like, oh, Zeus is this guy, Zeus is tough, Zeus has muscles, and Zeus, you know, like no, he doesn't have any of that. Like, he has power, he's Zeus, but he's a fucking like jalopy of a man.
Yeah.
Exactly how they like to find him.
Yeah. There's this confusing thing that they've done with like the Thor movies, because in the first one they were like, oh yeah, you know, Thor is, you know, a god, Asgard is real, you know, the gods are real, whatever. But in the second one it's like, oh, we're not gods, you know, like we live, we die just like humans. But then the third one is like, oh yeah, we're totally gods, you know. No, the third one's like, we're basically aliens. That's just weird.
It makes no sense.
There's no consistency. It wasn't until like this fourth one that they properly put their foot down and made it a plot point that like, oh yeah, Thor is a god. So yeah.
There's a big difference between being the same rank of species as someone. That is when you call it an alien. We're the same rank, you're an alien. But now if you're a god, you're no longer a sister of the species. You're an entirely different entity.
Yeah.
So it's much more, just kind of goes up in value and importance.
Yeah.
God is a big word.
Uh-huh.
Thor is a god, and Thanos says, I mean, he's an eternal,
But
he's not a god.
Yeah.
And that's why he kills Loki. Like, you will never be a god.
Yeah.
He's right, and he knows it.
There's where would you say the Celestials fit into that then?
Like in the god level.
Yeah. Would you say the Celestials are gods or just like immortal beings?
I'd say the Celestials are like, I guess, the fucking secretary of the one above all. Or people like, I don't know, Mr. Miracle. Oh, here's something better. They're just fucking secretaries of the Heaven Tribunal. They're not the most powerful, but they are powerful. Are they gods? Yes, but only in the sense of, okay, you look at Dragon Ball Super. Zeni, or rather Zenis, they have bodyguards. Those bodyguards are quite powerful. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not Super Saiyan 1 level strong. They're not. They're very strong. They're much stronger than what you would consider a normal bodyguard to have to require being. They're not just, oh, okay, you know, I have a power level of 2 million, I should be good. But they're protecting Zeno. That's crazy. So obviously those bodyguards are super fucking OP, Super Saiyan Blue plus level. Obviously. But there's still Zenis above that.
And in this case, Zany is fuck. I lost my train of thoughts. Quickly remind me before I forget more quickly. Like I mean, I was gonna like bring up a comparison. Like, would you say like the Celestials are like the Silver Surfer? And thank you. I found it. Oh, okay. So, if Celestials is, I would say, so Celestials are Zany's bodyguard. Yeah. But the Tribunal is Zany. So, both are kind of gods, but there's a true god above that, Certainly. That makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. With good, because I'm so hard right now. I forgot what I said. Yeah, the truth kind of went on. I mean, kind of went on a bit of a tangent there, but like, you brought it back, Yes, sir. Yeah, because there's this place that they were at, it's in the trailer, so it's not really a spoiler. We see Zeus in like this grand, like palace and shit, surrounded by the other gods. Oh yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember, and there was also Lady Death. Yeah. There was lots of people that I saw. Very, very interesting. Weird that she was there though, because Death is like Death. It's not. It's weird. I mean, if you bring it in now, what do you bring it in for? Yeah. Because her entire existence in the past was purely hinged around Thanos and his obsession to impress her. Like, what would bring her do? But just be fan service. Yeah. It was, yeah. However, we are having Deadpool. Yeah, and he had a thing with Death. He could, so. Exactly. So he could definitely be that villain for Thanos. Yeah. Plus, though, I remember a while back, it was around like after Deadpool 2 came out, there were these rumors that his girlfriend was Death, and that's who he was talking to when he died. Like, just, she's like luring him to the afterlife or whatever. Like, just, I never got that, man. Like, just, I know. Interesting theory. It is an interesting theory, but like, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, dude. Like, it doesn't, because his girlfriend, she got shot like a bitch. Yeah. If she was actually dead, she would just bounce back from that shit, man. Like, exactly. Oh shit. But with what was I gonna say? Oh, dude, I love this. Like, the idea that, all the gods come together in this grand place and they have like fucking meetings. Like, it's like, I don't know, godly parliament or some shit. Like, it's, like it's God you in, like, it's so dope. Dude. It really is a good concept. Yeah. And it's the fact that it's so inclusive, Yeah, man. Like, imagine like a different kind. Like, okay, now you have like Allah. You have, the so-called Jesus Christ. You have like Vishnu. There's a fucking Mayan god there, dude. Like, just straight up headdress and everything, just chilling. Like this. Yeah. Yeah, it shows. Plus, it ties into what they said in Moon Knights. Like, when you die, your afterlife depends on what you believe. Which means, like, it kind of makes everything valid. Yeah. This movie's got so many things working for it, though. I'll give it that. And, yeah, a lot of shots in this movie. Hey, right. I will say one thing, though. It's not really a spoiler, because it's not, like, plot related. The Guardians in this film, they're like, there's like, what, 5 minutes where they're there, and they gotta peace out. So like, I saw on Reddit, they were just like, side character episode when the main characters go away. Yeah, dude, it's like they're there to essentially show, oh hey, this is what Thor has been up to since you last saw him. And once that's done, it's like, okay, peace. We're gonna go into the events of Guardians 3 now. You can continue with Thor 4. Just, oh shit. Hey, Chris Pratt looks kind of like puffy in this movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like badass.
Yeah. Dude, just. And Bautista's kind of fat, dude. Like, I've been saying that since that first trailer dropped. Like, Bautista looks fat.
He's round.
Just.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing that Joe Rogan has. Certain bodybuilders, when they get to a certain age, of taking like steroids and growth hormones and supplements and all that, they develop a very bulbous stomach, like it's almost like a vein, like it looks weird.
Yeah.
That's why people like your Goldberg and whatnot from WWE, kind of had that. Even like John Cena. Like, John Cena doesn't have like defined abs. He has abs, but it's kind of round. It's with most bodybuilders.
Yeah, he's not as big as he used to be. You know, he was huge like years ago, but now he's like settled into like a fixed weight.
Oh, Dave.
No, I mean John Cena. You saw him like.
Nah, bro, John is still massive. In fact, he's bigger now. I swear to God.
Bigger? Really? Shit.
Yeah, bro. Let me show you. Like, I don't know. And again, it's because you keep aging. But look at how insanely thicker this man is. Okay. So first pick is let's see. First pick is early 2000s, right? Second pick is prime 2000s, the era where he was so popular. He was getting his own video games. He was getting his own memes. He was on cereal boxes and action figures.
Yeah.
This is modern day. This is modern day, circa. It's modern day. Look at the puffiness of the arms, the shoulders. He's bigger.
Yeah. He's definitely gotten bigger though. Shit.
And I think it's Hollywood as well. Like, it's funny. To me, it's funny that people like Arnie shrunk for Hollywood, but John grew for Hollywood.
Yeah. So did The Rock.
Because even The Rock.
Yeah.
Exactly. Jinx. Yeah, funny.
Shit.
Like I remember him in Doom. Nothing. The Tooth Fairy. He's getting there, but not really. There's still people who are bigger than him. Fast 5. Boom. What the fuck? And it's like, what? Like, who the hell is this now?
I think it was like critical mass. No. Like now he's like really big because of Black Adam.
Yeah.
But like.
Same as Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill was not that big in Man of Steel. In The Witcher, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Got rugged, man. Just damn.
The body he has now and the body he had in Man of Steel. That Man of Steel body can fit in his body. It can fit in his current body. The Man of Steel body.
Yeah, but I think with Man of Steel, it's because like he just gotten big. Like he wasn't cut, but he was like getting big enough to play Superman. You know.
There was that other Snyder movie where he's like a Roman soldier.
Yes.
But you see, he's a regular guy. He's as big as fucking Paul Walker. Like he's nothing. He hasn't.
But he was shredded in that movie. He was fucking shredded.
Yeah.
But he was like a regular dude.
Yeah, he's shredded. He's like a 2000s Brad Pitt, you know? He's not big. He's lean, he's cut.
Like
he's not big.
Like Brad Pitt and Troy. You know, like that yeah.
And Thelma and Louise and whatnot, and the other ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's that big. And then in 3 years, he goes from that to average muscle dude, which is impressive.
Yeah.
impressive.
Given that, initially they were like, he's too short, like, it's just like, and then he buffed up, and suddenly like, he's just fine now.
Yeah, it works. I mean, look, think of it this way. People like Reeve, right? Christopher Reeve was just a resounding, like, 6.
Reeves was just tall.
6'4.5",
let's be
whatever
real,
it is.
dude. Reeves
Right?
was just tall, man. He wasn't like buff under there.
Henry, he barely grazes past 6'1". He's like I'm 183. He's 185. It's just so, it's not enough. I'm 6 foot. He's barely 6'1" by being like 2 centimeters taller than me. But he's not classified as like a Superman. He doesn't have that Superman height in the comics,
Yeah.
I have like Hal Jordan height. I have Hal Jordan, the Flash height. But Superman should be like a good, decent big forehead taller than you. Because he's Superman.
He should be taller than Batman. They should not be eye to eye.
Yeah. I mean, in some comics, they are the same. Because again, it's also that Batman the Animated Series it's kind of that effect. That episode where Bruce was missing and then Clark posted him because he had the same body type, same chin, same face, facial structure, same height even. I think the only thing that might be different is like he's slightly bigger than Batman. So that officer was like, "Hey, Chief, does Batman look a bit bigger than you?" She said bigger, not taller. So I think since then it's been a common theme to be like, oh, Batman and Superman are the same height. They're the same build, But when you look at it in theory, it's like,
That's not the case.
Not really.
Yeah.
Superman is your supposed big gun, Batman might be the team leader, but if Batman is Tony Stark, then Superman is the Hulk. He's still superior. Like he has to be like somewhat, taller, somewhat bigger, not by a crazy margin, because that would overshadow Batman. But like they're just same height.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be menacing. Come on, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. So yeah, it's sad that Henry and I are almost the same height. Yet when you compare the pretty much football height of your boy Affleck is a breezy 6'4", like he is a tall man. So obviously you have Cavill in boots you have him in those boots. So it's like, okay. But
yeah.
Batman is still superior.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. You know what I found a bit crazy?
What about BVS?
Yes.
Okay, well, what?
So apparently, remember just a long-standing internet discourse about how Batman's suit that he wore, that black suit, that apparently that suit did not at all augment his strength, but instead gave him enhanced, like super duper enhanced protection, which would mean that when Batman has gassed Clark and he's falling on the floor,
that's just
and then he grapples his leg and swings him on the pillars, that's his strength? Nah. He was throwing Superman through pillars.
No, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I can't abide that, dude. I fucking love Ben Affleck Batman, but nah. Sorry. Like, regular ass Batman cannot just toss Superman around like a sack, dude. No.
Bro, like he was out there looking like, 400-pound bars. That's normal. How do you go from 400-pound bars to fucking pillars? Nah.
He threw him down the stairs, dude. Are you telling him he would have done that if he was just in his normal suit? Like, no.
Bro.
Dude.
And they're so dumb. And again, it's simply Ben Affleck dick riding. No, that was not Batfleck. That was not Bruce Wayne. That was the suit. Okay, just get it right. Stop being so. I don't know.
Oh, dude.
So kiss-assy.
Jesus, dude. I mean, he ripped his sink out of the wall and like whacked him with it. Like, just.
Bro.
Ordinary dude can't just rip a sink out of the wall. It's a sink. Proper, like.
Bro, that is millions of newtons, bro. Millions of newtons. That's wild. I mean, even like the earlier part, right?
Yeah.
So they're done fighting. It's the warehouse fights.
Yeah.
No more suits, but he's ripping through walls. What's happening?
Oh, shit. No, but that fight didn't really stretch the realm of belief too much. You could believably say, okay,
bro,
I can see him doing some of these
Bro,
shit.
he's busting through walls, bro. That's the thing.
Oh, shit.
Like, I see the combat, right? I see the combat. The combat is fine. It's realistic. It's fine. Maybe not the head punch, but the rest of it is fine. The stab is also crazy because he doesn't bleed. It's just like he's made out of styrofoam.
Nah, they got him in the cape with that one, and the cape is bulletproof, so like it doesn't make sense for the knife to like go through it. So like, yeah.
Maybe.
I rewatched it because I remember last time we talked, I was like, dude, he got stabbed and he just walked away. So I rewatched it, I'm like, oh, they got him right. They got him in the back, like right on the cape. So I'm like, oh, right, the cape is bulletproof. So it must be like resistant to that. Like he probably felt that.
It was like a slight prick.
Yeah, he probably noticed. Like, dude, I still laugh when I watched the ultimate cut, like the ultimate edition, because in the theatrical cut, like he gets stabbed and he like knocks the dude back.
Holy shit!
But in the what?
Bro, hold on. Sorry to cut you off. Speaking of Ben Affleck, sorry to cut you off. He's now married to J-Lo.
Yeah, man.
Married. What the hell?
I saw on Twitter. Shows.
That's wild.
It's not that wild, dude. They love each other. They've been going out for a while.
They were together, but they finally did it. They had people. They were married. They divorced, and they're married now.
Well, only
Wow,
Ben was married. I mean, did J-Lo marry A-Rod?
There's the other one. What's his name? Hold on.
No, because I don't remember her ever like marrying A-Rod. It was always just like they were boyfriend and girlfriend, but like.
There's the one who's like Benjamin Button looking.
Okay.
Benjamin Brandt.
Wait, she was with him?
Huh?
She was with him at one point? Damn.
I don't know.
Like,
But he was with some of these, celebrities. Dude, Brandt is a stud.
still, man, like, this he looks good for his age. Who was, okay, what was I gonna say? It was weird, like, with Benjamin Bratt, like, in, like, the early 2000s and everything, like, if you, chances are, if you saw him in a movie, he was, like, the good guy, or, like, the like, I don't know, like, the suave Hispanic dude. But nowadays, like...
Yeah, he's like the cinematic Gomi from Breaking Bad.
Dude, like, he's like a drug dealer now, like, just, he's playing bad guys, like, just like, what happened?
Yeah.
I'm not complaining because he's really good at it, but like, damn, dude, what happened?
Oh, yeah, I know, definitely. He does his Gomi well.
Yeah, dude. There's this scene in this movie with Kevin Hart and Ice Cube. I can't remember the name, but he's like the bad guy, and his like henchmen have like, you know, they failed him, and he walks up to them holding a gun, and he's like, "Relax, I'm not going to shoot you. This is just a prop to make my point." And then he says this shit, and he's like, "Okay, no more mistakes, all right?" They're like, "Yes, sir." As he like goes around the corner, he's like, "Definitely kill them. I just didn't want to get blood on my shoes."
Oh, God.
What the fuck? Oh shit, dude! Like, if like anyone else had done that, it would have been goofy as shit. But like, he somehow makes it menacing. Like, oh damn!
Wow.
But damn, oh man. Fucking. Oh right, the Ultimate Edition. The fact that exists, like there's a director's cut of BVS, like when I first heard that, I was like, fuck no, I'm not gonna watch 3-hour version of BVS. That movie sucks. And then I actually watched it, and I was like, damn, this is better than the theatrical cut. Like, shit. There's a scene, I remember bringing this up, like in the theatrical cut, he just knocks the guy back, and then they cut to the next scene. But in the Ultimate Edition, he knocks back the guy who stabs him, pins him against the wall, and he punches him right in the dick. What the fuck?
Damn.
That's a weird thing for Batman to do. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
He's mad that the dude tried to stab him, but like, what the fuck, dude? And you saw he was decking fools with those punches, man. Like, now imagine that guy punching you in the dick. Like, this ish.
Exactly.
Hey, sorry, pal. Like, sorry, pal. Your dick is dead, man. Like, just. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hey. What were you saying? Oh, with, you saw that picture I put on the group that the Dwayne rock dude from like this rock guy named Dwayne. It's not really a spoiler because in terms of the story, it's not anything. But Korg, the
spoiler for what?
for like Tofu, it's not a spoiler. It's just like a thing that happens at the end. Like Korg, the rock dude voiced by Taika Waititi, he talks about like in his like species when like two people want to have a kid, they travel down to like this lava pit and they hold hands for a while, and after a while when they separate, like there's a kid because like the rock and the lava and the heat whatever somehow comes together to make a person. So he met this guy named Dwayne. And they came together and they made a little kid. I'm just like, oh, that's kind of nice. But then on Twitter, a guy was like, is it a coincidence that there's a rock guy in Thor named Dwayne? And it's like this has to be like a reference to The Rock, right? And then Taika Waititi shared that he was like, absolutely.
Wow, that's crazy.
Shit, though.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, it is crazy, though, man. Like, shit. Damn, like, hey, I've been wondering something about The Flash. Like, with all that's happened, with all the delays and Ezra Miller madness and everything, and DC's, like, continuing to like just charging on ahead as if nothing's happened. You still don't watch it?
Yeah, I want to watch it. I do. I want to see the ship sinking.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna turn my eye on the Titanic. You get me?
Yeah. I mean, that's not to say the
Why would
movie's
I
gonna
turn
be
my
bad. It's just, it's gonna be hard to watch.
I don't know, it's just spectacular clusterfuck. I already understand what's gonna happen.
Oh shit. Like DC is in a fucking corner when it comes to that movie, dude. Because they themselves have come out like, we have already spent so much money. We can't cancel the movie. We can't shoot any new scenes. It's too late. Oh shit.
It's late, bro. It's time.
Like, they have to release this film. They don't want to, but they have to.
It's burning a hole in their pocket. Money was spent. They cannot be got back.
Yeah.
Unless you release the movie.
Dude. And if they just dumped it on HBO Max, that would be like the ultimate, like, sign of... That would be embarrassing, dude. Just...
Yeah, that's like defeat.
Yeah.
It's like, let's get some millions at least.
Yeah. Oh, dude, just... Hey, I wanted to ask, like, I don't think we've had this topic. Speaking of, like, HBO Max and streaming, you think that putting a movie on, like, HBO Max or Disney Plus the same day as it goes out into the theaters affects its box office?
Oh, definitely. People love comfort. I'll tell you one thing, the movie experience, overrated. Pulling in my laptop and a nice warm blanket and me and my girl are happy. Fucking movie night, please. That thing's phenomenal. The value of, I guess, big TV screens and, projectors, it's about as valuable as wanting to go to the movies. If people want to go to the movies, they'll go. But I still think those who choose the easier option, which is watching it on your big screen, on your projector, on your laptop, they will most definitely choose the better path. Like, if convenience is staring at you in the face, no one will ignore it. So it will affect it, and there needs to be certain rules regarding it.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. I had a bad experience with movie night, dog. Like, there was this one night we were gonna watch. I think it was Fantastic Beasts. Poor choice, mind you. That was a poor choice of film to make for a movie night, but it's like, whatever. We like Harry Potter, just thing we have in common. Let's do it. Let's come together. We bought popcorn, everything's ready. Like, set movie player, whatever. And like, as popcorn's in the microwave, we're just sitting there, waiting for shit to start. The phrase "everything that could go wrong went wrong" just dude. Like, I hear this smell, and it's like, what the fuck is that smell? And it's like, yeah, I smell it too. It's like, what's burning? And then popcorn was burning. The shit was black. Like, there was smoke coming out of the microwave. And dude,
oh my god.
Like, we played it wouldn't play on like the player we had, like, on the TV. So we're like, okay, fuck it. Like, put it on a USB and then put it on like my Xbox, whatever. Put it in there, like, it played.
So many loopholes,
dude. Like, it played, but you those ads, like those movie covers that just randomly have this wacky ass ad in the middle of the film, like, just.
Oh, the casino one.
Yes, like, just
casino slots.
Like, dude.
And it's so wild too. It's like, what the hell, dog?
Hey, what the fuck is this? It's just, dude. And to make matters worse, when the ad ended, what we realized, dude? The movie was $1. It's a fucking Chinese dub, dude. I shit you not.
Oh my god.
That's not.
You know what, dog?
Shit.
I need to give you a website.
Clearly, they were just like, nah, no movie night for you today. It's just like, we threw in the towel, turned on we just watched The Incredible Hulk. Like they hadn't seen it. But I'm like, okay. Oh, cool. Like, watch with people with fresh eyes. And they were like, it was just this film, like, okay. They were so serious. I'm just like, they were watching it like it was a documentary, like, oh, that's interesting. Like, just like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Just, like, what the fuck? I'm like, it's a Hulk movie. Relax.
Wow.
Like, smile or
It's like
something.
analyzing it like it's fucking film studies.
Dude. I'm like, it's incredible. Oh, you can relax, dude. You just,
Yeah. Keep that.
yeah.
Niggas are out there scanning it.
Dude, like, I think there was like one moment throughout, like, we only made it to like when he saves Betty, like after like Bonsky shows up to like fight him the first time, like that scene where like the sonic cannons show up. I think I heard like one person be like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." Like, just, wait, what? Okay. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was when we saw Venom Let There Be Carnage that it was like, okay, now everything went right. So it was like, yes, like people were laughing and shit, but we didn't finish the movie because like we were like after Venom left Eddie, it was just like it was like, man, this is boring. Like what? Like, dude, this is boring, man. Like nothing is happening. Like, what are you talking about? Nothing's happening. Nothing has happened in the last couple minutes. Like, Venom went to a party and, like, Eddie just sat in his fucking apartment. Nothing's happening. It's like, no, dude, hang in there, man. It gets good. Just wait until Carnage shows up.
Like, it's true early. Like, oh, I'm tired. I'm done to talk. No.
Like, dude, wait until Carnage gets here. Then it's like, it'll probably... And get this is the justification I heard for turning it off. Was like, if you have to say it gets better, that means it's not that good to begin with. Like, just, what the fuck? You know, just, whatever.
What the hell?
But, hey, man, they lost, dude, whatever. It was good, though. Good few days.
Yeah, exactly.
There's just something about it's one thing to watch a movie, but it's another thing to like watch a movie with your mates or like with your girl or whatever. You know, it's just there's a different feel to it.
Yeah.
Dude, like you watch rom-coms?
My nigga, I love rom-coms. Rom-coms are like, they're, I can't even say guilty pleasure. I'm genuinely a rom-com fan. Like, proudly. I'm actually a huge sucker for like, you think of your like, 2000s, just cheeky. Just like, it's such a romance one.
Yeah.
Like, that's just me.
You
and it's funny because I'll be fully honest, not a single girl like got me in. Like, no, it was I kind of liked it on my own. Not a single girlfriend made me like him. But yeah, like we'll watch we'll watch The Lake House. We'll watch a Love Actually, we'll watch a Notebook there with the wife. Like it's nothing common, but yeah, definitely now and again.
What's your favorite rom-com? Like, what's that one rom-com you watch even when it's on with all the ads?
Oof.
What?
Easy. And the one thing I love about this rom-com, like no one has ever appreciated it as much as me until I met my girl. And I'm so happy because she actually appreciates the artistry. It's 2007, The Proposal, Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. That movie is
The Proposal.
good fucking.
That is a good movie, dude. Oh, shit. It's just...
That's basically all the other movies. All the other movies crawled so that they can rhyme. Like, that's a good... I can't... It's literally such a good movie.
Yeah, I definitely see, like, that movie has so many things going for it, dude. Not just...
Yeah.
It's like a pre-Deadpool Ryan Reynolds. You got Sandra Bullock.
Big White, the GOAT.
Betty White, dude, like the dad from The Incredibles is in there too. So just
dude, fucking the Incredible himself as a deadbeat or just an asshole of a dad. Like it's such a perfect blend. It's just amazing, dude. The fucking stripper. Oh my god, he's not even a stripper. He's everyone.
he has like every job. Like he's the priest. He's like the guy behind the counter. Just
he's the male stripper. He's the fucking internet cafe guy.
I mean, I get it. It's a small town, but like, come on.
He's already balling too. Like that must be a crazy take home.
He's the you remember that rock guy from Amazing World of Gumball? The guy, dude. He had every job.
Jeez.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
He is that guy, dude. Like just.
Yeah.
Do you remember that episode where he quit and the whole town went to shit?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Does Larry have some sort of powers? I mean,
but he can be like everywhere at once.
He's literally a person who can somehow defy the laws of just like quantum mechanics. Like he'll run on a storyboard piece of paper. He's Larry. Like he does what's necessary to get the job done.
Yeah. Like he's the guy at the pizza shop. He's the guy at the gas station. He's the guy at the DVD stores. Just, he has
like,
every
he knows how to do things.
Yeah, it's like I don't think he so much actually like runs in the space as much as he runs between the spaces. You know how like you remember Professor Paradox, like where he would explain it like he would travel through space by like traveling like the space between spaces. Like it looks like he's disappeared. He hasn't. He just like yeah, shit. And I was and Alien Force was a kick-ass show. Ultimate Alien 2, dude, it's just dude, that show's had so many. I mean, thank goodness for Dwayne McDuffie, man. That's all I got.
Yeah. Dude, Dwayne is underrated as hell.
Yeah. It was fucked up what DC did though when they gave him like reboot. You remember that thing I told you, the white guy who turns into a black boot, like.
No, that was actually pretty fun. Yeah.
Like that's kind of fucked up. It's like you have a white guy who turned into a black dude, and you want to reintroduce him in the modern day, and you like give him to the black guy to write. Like, dude, like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, dude. Oh shit! It showed like, dude, back in the day, it was like the 70s, I think. Like DC wanted to introduce the first black superhero. I mean, that would inevitably be Black Lightning, but the white guy who turns into a black dude was initially one of like their first pitches. Like, just imagine if they'd gone through with that. Like, this is the 70s, like the time of Martin Luther King and, whatever. And DC writes this guy, a white dude who turns into a black guy. Just, oh gosh.
It's just, yeah, I get it.
Hey, that shows. If proof was ever needed, that at that time there wasn't a single black guy working at DC. Like, just
yeah.
Oh shit.
Which is very suspect.
Yeah, that's
very suspect.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, like, what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck it. I was just shit can. Oh yeah. This made me laugh, dude. Like, I remember this tweet. Like, people were shitting on like Christopher Nolan's movie Dunkirk for for not having enough diversity in its cast. Like, the movie shouldn't have, like, a cast of, like, mostly white males. Like, it's not right. I'm just like, I feel the need to point out that Dunkirk is a movie set during the events of World War One. In fucking, like, the Battle of Dunkirk with British Army and shit, and O's were pushing for more diversity. Like, you realize that's historically inaccurate, right? Just putting that out there. It makes zero sense for there to be anyone but white dudes on this movie. Like, just, like people out here trying to be woke for the sake of being woke, not because you actually have a point.
Yeah, it's very. It doesn't work.
It really doesn't work. It's, What are your thoughts on, like, the gender swapping? Like this take this, like gender swapping a character.
Oh no, it's played by a woman. No.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, shit like that.
I don't know. There's two sides to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
One is that always be the side that's like, well, you say you want, equality and inclusivity, so you give this hero a girl version. But if you eradicate, you create a new girl hero altogether.
Yes.
Even there's that side, right? Still working, right?
Yep.
And then there's a side of, okay, but that, right, versus this, which would do much better. It would sell more, comics, more tickets, more downloads, more this. It's easier. So I think a lot of what we do is we push progressiveness, which is it's kind of a Trojan horse. It's just it's a Trojan horse that looks like it's, progressiveness and equality and whatever, re-establishing gender norms. But what it actually is capitalism.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's all about putting butts in seats, so.
Yeah. So there's no sincerity in it. Because again, you could create new characters, you could. But that's not an option anyone wants to ponder. No one. Not even the bad girl fans. You look at those Cassandra Cain fans, they're like, oh, why is everyone hate that girl? It's like something they hate her. It's just that she doesn't work as a character. I mean, we have fucking bad girl already. You're a bad woman. It's like a redundancy. And yeah, okay. Like, it's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
Honestly, I actually personally, I like Batwoman more than Batgirl.
Yeah, because obviously Cassandra gets.
Just to clarify here, present day Shogun chiming into this episode. When I say I like Batwoman more than Batgirl, let me be specific. I like Cassandra Cain Batwoman, the Rose chick, Ruby Rose. Yeah, I liked her take on Batwoman. I liked that season of the show. It was a good season. I don't have anything against the black Batwoman at all. I actually was like, okay, let's fucking go. But then, I saw in the CW, the fucking frizzy hair. It's like, the fact that you have a black face peeking through the visible parts of the mask ain't enough to let you know that this woman is black. She has to have a big old frizzy wig too. You couldn't continue with the red hair. I'm just saying, it's not enough that, that there's a black woman under the mask. Like, we need to know there's a black woman under the mask. Like, just, we want it to be painfully fucking obvious that this character is black. Like, just, there wasn't any other wig she could have put on. She couldn't have just had, her regular hair coming through that just saying, that's just my take on it. And oh yeah, I don't like Starfire and Titans. I just don't. I don't give a shit that she's played by a black lady. Starfire is an alien. She could be played by anybody. She could be Asian, Indian, black. She could be Navajo, man. It doesn't matter. Anybody who can play the character right, play the character right. So long as you look like the fucking character. She does not look like the character, dude. Starfire does not have frizzy ass hair. Like, just what is it with DC and casting a black character and being like, nah, it's not enough that people can see this person's face. We need them to know that they're black. We need to give them big old frizzy hair, like hair that only black people can have or some shit. Like, I know that's not true. Anybody can have frizzy hair if you're like style right or whatever. But like, fuck DC. I mean, no, not fuck DC. Fuck CW. Damn. Like, what's with you? Jesus, man. Like, ugh. Anyway, oh yeah, back to the show.
Small things to do, more toys to play with.
Yeah.
She's like a Jumanji character. They put her in more environments. Batgirl, she has to be either like on Batman's hip or Robin's hip. Like she can't really zone, be free as much.
Yeah. The thing about like her being Barbara Gordon also like kind of plays into that, like just like yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Plus, cause look at like Batman, dude. Like,
how would you feel
about
if we had a lady Thanos? So like, I don't know, Lady Thena. I mean, we already have Thena, but the actual name, but whatever the female version of Thanos is.
It wouldn't matter. I mean, if she's still doing the same Thanos shit, wouldn't really. I mean, still Thanos.
You would be okay with her beating the fuck out of the Hulk and going to Earth and being just a complete tank against everyone, swatting aside T'Challa, Cap.
Who gives a shit, man? It's just
obviously Rhodey.
That's like raising
You found that.
I was cool with it when Hela showed up and like crushed Thor's hammer and slapping Loki and murdering the Warriors 3 or whatever. So I'd be cool with Thanos being a woman and still doing the same shit.
Okay, now how would you handle Thor having to stab Thanos in the chest? Because he had to at least try.
Yeah.
In the version.
Right.
I was like, oof, I'm alien, but
yeah,
I don't know.
It seems kind of savage for him to do that. Like,
it's too brutal.
Yeah, that's the downside. And like, part of the reason why we don't have a lot of female villains is because no one wants to see the female villain get beat up.
No one wants to see blood. And bro, now they gotta stab a woman on just fucking movie screens. It's gory. We're protected by the patriarchy. No one cares about us. We can die. Our heads can be cut off. But let it be a woman. Jesus Christ. It's a fucking political storm. It's a sandstorm. No one wants to see woman abuse in any capacity.
There's a scene in the first G.I. Jane, not the rumored sequel starring Jada Pinkett. Nah, that hasn't come a thing yet.
It's like Demi.
Yeah, the one with Demi. It's like there's a scene in that movie where like the soldiers are being interrogated, right? And guy after guy goes in, gets beat up, and he comes back all beat to shit. No one says a word. No one flinches. It's like, okay, this is the job. We've been caught. We're gonna get interrogated. It happens. Yet when Demi Moore's character gets sent in there, and she gets all beat up, and she's all bloody, suddenly her comrades like, we can't watch this, man. Like, the one guy's literally like, tell them something or I will. Just it's hard to watch when it's a woman. Even if it's literally the same thing that happened a minute ago, it's still like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, like I see.
Yeah.
It's definitely not. Yeah, no, you're right.
Right. But there are ways to like make it work. I mean, look at like in Rush Hour 2, like that woman who was like trying to kill them throughout the film. Like she dies, you know, she has like fight scenes and shit. And even in the third movie, there was another woman, like she had fight scenes. She died gruesomely. So, and it worked. There's ways to do it, but like
there's ways.
Yeah. But just not the same way.
No way could ever be like Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
That's just atrocious.
Yeah, that's just dude, that scene with you know, the Enchantress where like Will Smith, that shit made me laugh, dude. He was like, alright, you need to handle this. Go up there, smack on her ass, tell her knock this shit off. Like, what the what do you oh shit. Oh damn, dude, that movie is
Which one?
fucking Suicide Squad, dude. That movie just
Oh yeah.
that movie's wild in some places though. Just just stop. The relationship between Harley and the Joker isn't really. It's not really explained, man. It's like, yeah, we know she's the Joker's girlfriend, but like, what is it?
It relies on, you know, that see, like, you know, she has her hat, he has a slick back and full suit. Yeah, they're trying to get that, you know, the Alex Ross love. They want to reach the Alex Jones stage without the Alex Jones work. They're lazy.
Yeah. We don't actually see them like fall for each other because literally all we get is Waller's backstory of, oh, she was his, you know, psychiatrist. She thought she was curing him, but, you know, he was corrupting her. He broke out of jail, and that's it. You know, like, that's all. And the next we see of them, they've already shacked up, and like the Batman's trying to take them down. Like, okay. Another thing. Is it something that really doesn't make sense? Why is Harley Quinn here? I mean, look at the premise of the Suicide Squad. They do the dirty shit that no one else can do, right? They're villains. I get why you have Deadshot. He shoots people. You know, Killer Croc. Okay, you may need like a strong guy, like eats people, whatever. And you might have like some underwater shit to do. Makes sense to have him there. The guy who shoots fire. Fucking shoots fire. He's a good guy to have around.
And, you know, some Johnny Storm motherfucker.
Yeah. And, you know, even Captain Boomerang, you know, he has those trick boomerangs and shit. You might be the gadget guy. But, like...
Yeah, he's a crappier Batman.
Yeah, but why is Harley Quinn here?
She has a mallet. I don't know. It's very tough. Sometimes they emphasize as strength. You know, like, Zigga and, like, the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
She's out there, you know, flipping men and hanging from a chain and just curling herself upwards. Like, I don't know, like, if she doesn't look like a normal woman, strength-wise.
Yeah, but, like, this, even in that first movie, there's so much, like, why is she here, though? Like, what does she actually bring? Even the rope guy. Even the rope guy who was there for like 5 minutes or something, even he brought something. He was like, okay, we might need to climb something. Like, just, let's bring this guy. Just.
I think Harley is like, maybe not one as strong as Cap, but she's still handsome. Because even Joker, let's be honest, when the Joker's fighting Batman, why is that equal footing? Joker's supposed to be a scrawny, pale, you know, somewhat malnourished, sometimes man. He's supposed to be skinny, you know, like he's
how are they
supposed
on
to be
equal footing?
He just looks creepy. But every other time, him and Batman are like, I mean, for the mere reason that they're like these mortal enemies, it's like he can never get the best of them.
so the Joker must be formidable. Like, he must be strong, and he must, he's cunning. Maybe he's also a tactician, which is why they sort of sometimes like just come at an impulse. Like, I don't know. I really don't know the true canon.
Yeah.
But Joker is more formidable than what he should be. What he should be is like the Dark Knight, where he was getting pieced up by Bruce Wayne. He was getting knocked the fuck out. Like, he was getting beat the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, he was not winning. He was not touching. But Joker anywhere else, he's like that, but he was crazy.
Yeah. And that's not the thing. That's not like the character, man. Like, the Joker isn't. I think they're trying to go for like the you know, like there's a scene with the Punisher and Daredevil where he's like, one thing you can't see is that you're one bad day away from being me. But that doesn't work. It doesn't work here. Like, just the Joker and Batman aren't the same that way. Like, just
Exactly. They have different convictions.
yeah. It's just, plus there are people where like, okay, there was that moment in the comics where like Joker had Gordon all chained up and he wanted to prove like, hey, all it takes is one bad day to turn someone into somebody like me. Like, okay, for an ordinary dude, like, because Gordon's just a guy. If you take just a guy and you put him through shit for an entire day, he's gonna snap. But Batman, like,
I think it was reinforced for by Steel. He's tough mentally.
Yeah.
That's his biggest strength. That's why he was like the best and most dangerous guy. That nigga's will, just to mind, just the fortification of it is crazy.
Yeah. Like they say,
He really changed everything.
yeah, like they say, the stronger the will, the stronger the construct. Yeah. But
It really is.
my issue with that is they never show that. Like, it's just like, sure, Sinestro would say shit like, like fear makes you, it like weakens your will and it makes your constructs feeble. But like, everyone's constructs are like the same level. We don't see anybody with like a stronger construct than anyone else. It's just
Exactly.
everyone's the same.
Maybe, now and again, because the hippo guy who has like the best looking constructs.
Yeah.
But they're not stronger just because they look better.
But just, you think we'll ever see Green Lantern in live action again? Or are we just like done?
Yeah, I wonder. One day we will, maybe in 2024. No, I'm lying.
That's rule 2.
7 onwards.
Okay, yeah. Enough time will have passed, like,
Exactly.
But, this movie,
It's wild.
yeah, it's pretty wild. Like, Green Lantern should have worked, man. Like, just,
Especially for the time. That was 10 years ago.
yeah. MCU hadn't quite kicked off yet, so, Green Lantern should have worked right around the time it came out. I mainly put that down to miscasting. Ryan Reynolds isn't a bad Green Lantern, but he's not who you'd picture when you're like, this guy could play Green Lantern. Like, just,
Exactly.
yeah. Dude, just, oh, interesting tidbit. The guy who directed Green Lantern was the same guy who directed Casino Royale. So it's like, how did you do so good here, but like so shaky here? It's just weird though. Oh yeah. Plus there was also this thing about like he really wanted Bradley Cooper to be Green Lantern, but like the studio, like they really wanted Ryan Reynolds. Lord knows why. The studio, like he wanted Bradley Cooper, from the Hangover movies. Like he was in Limited. As Green Lantern. Like the director Martin Campbell wanted Bradley Cooper as Green Lantern, but the studio wanted Ryan Reynolds. Like,
you know what? I can see that. Like, yeah, I can see that.
yeah, it works.
Bradley, I can see it.
Could work, dude. It would have. I mean, back then he wasn't really the guy he is now. You know, he wasn't like Oscar nominee Bradley Cooper for like Star Is Born or whatever. I mean, he was like fresh off The Hangover. I think back then. Would have been an interesting choice though. It's shit. With regards to like so many things, like is that 2011? You see that post-credit scene in the movie? Oh shit! Like with Sinestro and that shit. There's well, if you haven't seen it, there's this scene at the end of Green Lantern where like because in the movie they were like, you know, Sinestro was trying to convince the Guardians. It's like, we need to like fight fear with fear. We need to forge a yellow ring, and they made it. But then Hal came in and he was like, no, we can't give in to fear. It's like, help me, you know, help me fight this thing. And, you know, they did later on, but they never used the ring. At the end of the movie, there's a scene with, like, we see the ring, the yellow ring floating in this chamber. Like, Sinestro goes to it and he puts it on, and his costume changes to yellow and then cut to black. Like, oh, it's cute. They thought they were gonna get a sequel. Just
yeah, like they had real plans to do this again, which is scary in itself.
Hey, you know your movie's bad when the leading man is like, I am so glad this movie bombed, so I didn't have to come back and do it. Oh shit, dude. Like, the fucking guy, you know, the Ninja Turtles. Remember that Ninja Turtles movie that Michael Bay made? I shit you not. Yeah. Like, that was. I mean, calling it serious is a bit of a stretch. It's a Michael Bay film.
I mean, okay. Like, I wouldn't say like Zack Snyder's TMNT. Yeah,
I'd watch that.
But nah, they're not serious. I know.
Yeah.
But their designs are too overthought.
Yeah, they're not. I think they heard the mutant part and they just ran with it because.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
There's a lot in those movies that does make sense, but like with that movie, I remember the guy who played Leonardo. Well, let's be honest, man. The guy who did the mocap and like voice for Leonardo, because there's not much acting when you're like buried under like tons and tons of like you're just a CD character, so it's not really. There's not a lot of acting going in. So like, let's just say the actor who played Leonardo, he went on this radio show and they asked him like, what was it like to like work on like a part of this big franchise or whatever, play a recognizable character, and like it was awful. Like he said, it was awful. Like filming was rough. They had these like heavy like suits they had to put on because the turtles had a shell. Like they were in mocap suits the whole time. And, you know, they had like this camera right up in their face to like map their movements and everything. The dudes were like, it was really distracting at first. So like, and the one thing he came out of it saying is like, I'm so glad it bombed, so I didn't have to come back for a third one. Like, just, it's not just him; it's all four of them, dude.
Jesus Christ!
When all four of your leads were like, thank God I don't have to do this again. It's just, oh, dude, like, what have you done? Like, how bad have you fucked up? It's weird. I remember like hearing the stories that initially like Michael Bay didn't direct the first one, he directed the sequel. The first one like when it was announced like there would be a reboot, I remember the dude was like he wanted the turtles to be aliens from space, and the Shredder was gonna be this alien with knives protruding from his body. Like he would create knives out of like they would protrude from his skin, and he would like throw them and shit. Like, just what the fuck?
Doesn't make sense.
I think you totally misread the title if that's what you're going for. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not Alien Mutant Ninja Turtles. Just shit. Fucking bonkers, man. But that guy, though, the dude who was Leonardo, he's now Jack Reacher on this show called Reacher. He's fucking massive. Like, he's huge. Holy shit. No, I mean, like, if you saw him in like TMNT, you know, he looks, you know, he's just, okay, your average, like, you're like football player or whatever, but like, fuck. You saw him now, he's like jacked. Dude, like, just, oh my god, dude, he looks like, which fits, because in the books, like, Reacher is a jacked dude. Like, Tom Cruise was, like, there was this outcry when Tom Cruise was cast as Reacher in the movies, because number one, he's not blonde. Number two, also, like, he's too short to be Jack Reacher, and he's too small. And, you know, Tom Cruise is
It was quite small.
yeah.
He's like 5'6". That's probably about. That's like by your ear.
Ouch.
So like 5'6" is kind of tiny.
Yeah, it is, dude. Like, just.
The movie's not doing goddamn.
Yeah, you'd never get the sense that he was short, dude. Like, I sent you like a picture of the dude, like this, like, he was all beefed up, man. Shit. You saw. Hey,
I saw what?
you see the picture I sent?
Oh, see now. What's this? You know, what's it? The something man. The man who has like a red coat. He's actually a robot.
The man who has a red coat who's actually a robot? Like,
He wears like a red tracksuit. There's a word in million something there. Wait, let me see.
The Simpsons. What? Wait, you mean the Duff Man?
Not Duff. Another guy.
What are you talking about? The beer dude?
No, it's not. It's but Ben 10's grandpa. Hold on. Just trust me, Doug. I'll get it.
Wait, what? Grandpa Max? Like,
I'm high as hell, but I'll get it.
what? Man.
It's a character. I'm saying that Jack Reacher looks like this guy. There we go. Lee Majors. And then Lee Majors starred the $6 million ad.
Oh, that.
The $6 million man. Steve Austin. Yes, that character. This guy can play Steve Austin.
Oh, shit, dude. Yeah.
That was my life. I would be like,
Funny, weirdly enough, did you know that Mark Wahlberg is actually set to play $6 million man in a reboot?
yikes. I don't know how Hollywood. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see something. Just because Hollywood loves it. Because it's Marky Mark did. I don't know why they like him so much.
I don't know either, but he's there. He's going to be the $6 billion man. Does he look like that kind of guy? You think he could pull off that kind of dude?
He's the guy to walk away
if someone else is shot, he doesn't look like a hero. He looks like a piece of scum who can take care of himself.
You wouldn't see him joining the MCU.
No. Oh my god, I want to vomit. The MCU, they say it's Hercules. Oh my god. Oh no, keep Wahlberg away. Frankie.
Jesus Christ, dude, just... What's this?
It's so
Where's this hate coming from?
Just imagine Mark Wahlberg on the set of Avengers and Anthony Mackie tries to speak to him and he goes, yeah, fuck off, buddy. He just feels... Yeah, he has to feel genuine.
Alright, dude, it's just...
He looks like a bad dude, like he just... Yeah.
He looks like a bad dude. Just
he is kind of an asshole, he is that hate crime. And that happened more than once, which is weird, but not really. So that's kind of like this, not a good character, is he? Not in the slightest.
I mean, I could see him as like, I don't know, maybe Jay Jonah, if they hadn't brought back, what's his name? Yeah, like, give him a mustache, like, let him yell about fucking Spider-Man and shit. Like, just...
I can see it. This would be what would bother me is that I want to punch Jay Jonah in the face every 20 minutes.
That's kind of, he's not, you're not supposed to like Jay Jonah, I mean.
I never wanted to punch fucking original Jameson. I never wanted to punch,
J.K. Simmons, yeah, that's it, J.K. Simmons.
I liked him. But he was a good actor. He embodied the role. This is just like, just deliberately pissing me off. I see him on the screen, I will just start sneezing. Yeah, what the fuck? I don't need him. Honestly, don't.
Yeah. Must not have seen the Uncharted movie, I take it, because he's in that too. Yeah.
For the exact reason.
Yeah, fuck the fact that it's got Antonio Banderas and Tom Holland. Like, this movie has Mark Wahlberg in it. It's crap. I'm leaving.
I think Marcus, he's just like kind of obnoxious. Like, he's there. And you're like, wait, he's there? Why is he there? I don't know, but he's there. That's his entire life.
Yeah. I'm not gonna, dude, I legit had that same reaction to this one. Dude, I told you it was like the opening intro for like WrestleMania. And like the host of this year's WrestleMania was Mark Wahlberg. I look at him, I'm like, why are you here?
Oh, God. Why? Who called you?
Dude.
Who just got, let's give Mark Wahlberg a call. Like, who thinks of him?
Dude. I'm just, like, it was really fucking with me. Like, I didn't even get to enjoy the visual package. I was just puzzled by, like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck called you? Like, out of everyone they could have dialed up to be like, hey, you want to host WrestleMania? It's just, they got Mark Wahlberg? Like,
Mark, and like, he's such a random celebrity. Like, I understand, okay, get someone in sports, why Mark?
He's an actor.
Like, I will understand Matthew McConaughey more than Mark Wahlberg.
Yes. That makes sense.
Why the fuck is he here? Of all the choices, he deliberately chose Mark Wahlberg.
Dude, it's so random. Just the fact that he came big at that opening. His opening line is legit. You know, they say a sequel's like supposed to be better than the first one. Supposed to be bigger. Like, oh, like just like goes in this fucking like monologue of how the second movie is better and how like Night 2 is like the sequel. Just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly. Like, what do you mean?
Oh, dude, it just. I don't hate Mark Wahlberg, but that moment right there, I was just like, why are you here? Like, just, I'm not hating him. I'm just, why are you? There's a dude he brought with him at like the pre-show panel. It's like this dude, he looks like, you know the movie Tron? Yeah, the Tron Legacy. He looks like the dude from Tron Legacy had a clone, and that clone was like, I don't know, a twink, basically. He's like twink carrot headlands, basically. He's like, he's a TikTok guy, you know, like, and he was on like the pre-show panel where they, you know, they discuss like the upcoming matches. And you had Booker T legitimately looking at him and be like, he flat out asked him, why are you here? Respect. I respect the fuck out of Booker T for like straight up being like, "What? Why are you here? Like, how did you get here?"
Booker ain't scared of anything. Booker's huge.
Oh, dude, like this.
It's weird how he is. I think.
Dude,
I think he probably future than John Cena.
That's kind of stretching it, man. John Cena's kind of big.
Bro, I swear to God, Booker is like. I mean, he ain't even that old, you know. He's like 50 something. He's still massive. Like he's
still big, but like
yeah,
in surprisingly good shape too. Shit, you saw him in this music video for like Bad Bunny, and he was like, "Dude had arms, man." But
yeah.
So the guy is like some kind of like, you know, TikTok like. Instagram, whatever, like Booker asked him while he's here, and he said like he got in, like his friend Mark Wahlberg got him on this panel. I'm just like, dude, like this nigga is here solely because his friend did him a favor, and like it is clearly obvious this guy is here to soak up publicity, so people will ask who is this guy and go see his channel. Just oh fuck,
like he's not. Okay, look at this picture. I think it's like a Steve Austin situation where he's tall, so it's just like
I mean he's not like ripped or nothing, but he's big. He's
like naturally, I guess, genetically gifted.
Yeah, this is pretty good shape though, man. Shit, I mean he ain't Brock or nothing, but like. You know, he's still up there.
He's like Terry Crews. Still impressive.
Yeah. Terry Crews. And, dude, I still don't get you, man. Like, whenever you, like, we would have this conversation, like, oh, who you think should play Luke Cage in a movie? And I say Terry Crews. Every time you're like, I don't see it, man. Just, how do you not see it? Just...
Terry's been flanderized. I don't like that. He's a man who flanderized himself.
Come on, man.
The character from My Girl to every other role. Except for the other one where he was like he's kind of ruined himself.
Come on, man. Like, you're telling me that a guy who's had a bunch of comedy roles can't do something serious. Like,
I mean,
look at Adam Sandler, man. Like, look at Sandler. Dude has done nothing but comedies, and like out of nowhere, bam, he does this one movie, Uncut Gems. Also, like, give him an Oscar. Just, dude, people change.
Maybe. Also, he's kind of old. He has too many facial runs. Luke should be at least like somewhere between Ray Fisher, right? Like, I guess, facial look,
Right.
A ghost from Dinky from 50 Cent Show The Power, and Mother's Milk for the boys. That's kind of where you want him to be. You know, not Terry Crews. Terry Crews is a bit, yeah, he's kind of up there in the age. So ideally, you want him just on that frequency.
Yeah.
Not too old, not too young.
Plus, it would be.
Like, you know, he's older than Peter Parker. He's not older. I mean, but he's not as old as Hawkeye or Bruce Banner. Like, he's not that old, but he's old.
Yeah.
Like, he's an adult. He's not like a parent adult, like parent age.
Yeah, not that Power Man shit that they tried to pull in Ultimate Spider-Man with like Luke Cage and them all teenagers. Like just.
Yeah, not that. We don't want to side above Teen Titans. Nah. Just that season.
Dude was basically just Cyborg from Teen Titans. Shit.
White culture that he grabbed.
Yeah. Around about that age, dude. Like, I initially didn't feel Luke Cage on the show, like the first like couple seasons, because like I thought he was too small. I'm like, nah, dude, that guy's too small to be Luke Cage. I don't buy it.
But then it's funny because when you look at Coulter, it's like, damn, he's massive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the comics. It's kind of like it's the comics biting us in the ass. Because Luke is a big guy in the comics, you know, he's as big as like who the fuck's that guy? Like one of the greatest black bodybuilders. Gary something.
Yeah. Okay.
But huge to the fact that he's bigger than people like Superman, just size wise. Batman.
Yeah.
He's like fucking Ronnie Coleman, you know? He's literally Ronnie Coleman size. So any actor who is still relatively big in size pales in comparison to Ronnie Coleman. So Luke Cage is like Ronnie Coleman comics, right? That's how it is.
He's huge, that's him, man.
But when you compare him to real life, it's like, okay, realistically, right? A big man in our world is as big as Mike Coulter is, but Mike Coulter is not as big as Gary Coleman.
Gary Coleman? Wasn't he that short guy from? Was that what you talking about?
Ronnie.
Yeah.
Gary.
Hey, I was wondering, man. Like, what the? Like that image passed through my mind, dude. Like. That sounds like it would fit in one of those spoof movies. Remember, like disaster movie and shit? Like, just out of nowhere, Gary Coleman's Luke Cage.
Exactly. You'll be like, what the fuck is that?
It's like that guy, I don't know his name, but he was the dwarf from Bad Santa. Like, he was Indiana Jones. Like, just...
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that made me laugh so hard, dude. What happened to those? They don't make spoof movies anymore. Shit.
No one actually said. It's funny.
Yeah. It's not like there's nothing to spoof anymore. I mean, fuck, there's plenty of shit to spoof. It's just... Oh, shit.
Exactly. Oh, you know what's actually big that I forgot about?
What?
You know Amenadiel?
Who?
From Lucifer.
No, I don't watch the show. I haven't watched since like season 1.
Amenadiel is
one of the angels. Yeah.
That nigga's huge. He's massive.
He's tall too.
Like in real DB was like he's like a poor man's he's like a poor man's Mike Coulter, you know, it depends. Depends how you decide it.
He's DC's Matt Coulter. Let's just.
Who's the other guy? Morris Chestnut. Like, it depends.
Really?
How it affect.
Yeah.
It's kind of huge.
Yeah, Morris Chestnut was. Yeah. So was Morris Chestnut back in the day, like early 2000s, late 90s. You know. He was, doing shit. But it was so weird.
Yeah, like they were showing me. And I was like, damn.
No, I see him. I see the dude like on Wrestlemania. Yeah, he's a tall guy.
Yeah, he's very tall. But he speaks to just how tall Tom Ellis is as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he's never actually looking down on him, even though he looks down on him in the figurative sense.
Exactly. Would you ever want Tom Ellis to do anything more?
What do you mean?
Because the man has talent. You know what would be so funny?
What?
If they made him Lucifer like in Marvel.
Isn't that just Mephisto?
I mean, yeah, but you know how Marvel is. There's fucking Vishnu, Zeus, and Odin. So like it's kind of like everything is there.
Yeah.
You still have like your traditional Lucifer.
Yeah. They can in the film like Thor: Love and Thunder. Apparently, like Thor is like a huge fan of Zeus. He's like, oh my god, like it's Zeus. And then he looks over at Jen. He's like, I don't know if you've noticed, but like I patterned a lot of myself after him. And he's like, oh really?
That was a shtick.
Oh shit.
Interesting. Should I watch it tomorrow? I feel like I probably will, but I'm not sure.
Hey man.
I don't know.
Yeah, watch it when you can, dude. It's cool.
Thing is, I have to see a very early screening, which I don't want to do. I think I kind of played myself because my girl, while she had booked tickets, I was like, nah, it won't be free. But it's kind of full. Now it's kind of like I'm screwed.
Yeah, I generally didn't book tickets, dude. I didn't wanna. I'm gonna be real with you, man. After seeing that first trailer, I was just like, nah, this movie's not, I need to see it day one. This isn't that kind of
Yeah, exactly. For me, it just wasn't that I wanted to see it day one because I was excited. I trying to avoid spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, shit, dude. I kind of had that same thing with the Batman, Like, I was like, I don't want to see like the answers and shit, whatever. I just didn't like go and think, dude, we made that mistake with Multiverse of Madness. Shit. I remember like that was like, oh my god, dude, there's gonna be so many spoilers. We gotta see it as soon as possible. And we saw it, was like, oh.
We did, and there was nothing we didn't do.
Yeah, it's like, and also nothing that wasn't in the trailer. Just
yeah. That's why I was like, only one scene was intro, which was
Krasinski, yeah.
Which is a read, any Siemens read. We saw Sharon Shields, we saw fucking everything, bro. We saw fucking other chairs. It was like, oh my god, you pricks. Like,
oh, geez.
Yeah, it was really over.
We should have been suspect of it when that first trailer dropped at the end of No Way Home, which was a silly move.
What the hell was that?
Like, who the fuck puts a trailer at the end of the movie? Like, just put that on YouTube. Like,
why is this a thing that is necessary? Why are you doing this now?
Dude, like, and it really sucked. Like, that same day, because I remember it was a couple hours later, you went on YouTube, and it was there. Like,
yeah, it was on YouTube and whatnot.
So what was the point? Like, if the thing was...
Yeah, like, they couldn't even say it's exclusive cinematic first look. Because I would have accepted if they held the trailer, they had withheld the trailer.
Yeah.
For several weeks. And the only way you can watch it is by watching
the movie. Yeah, now No Way Home is required viewing. Yeah. Dude, it's just... It would have made more sense if it was a scene from Doctor Strange instead of just the trailer.
Yeah, like in Thor Ragnarok, and then you have, see, before that, Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's wearing the gloves now, and then he meets Thor. It makes sense.
Yeah. It would have been ridiculous if in that first Doctor Strange movie they just put a trailer for Ragnarok. Like,
Exactly.
weird, dude. I remember you were mad.
Yeah.
Because there was all this stuff because that was signaling like, yo, the second end credit scene is going to reveal Kingpin. Because there's number plates on the car, and that number plate corresponds to the first issue when Kingpin showed up, and he's like, yeah.
Useless reveals. I mean, useless Easter eggs. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, show me, young Freddy in what's this thing? Show me Wilson Fisk just out there from the bottom up.
They didn't even have to show everything. Just show like a car pulling up to a building, and then shoes, and then a cane, and we know who that is.
Yeah.
You don't need to see the rest of them.
They could have used a body double. I would not have cared because it's ridiculous. And then just this week, it's another body double in Hawkeye. Boom! It's actually Wilson Fisk. It's actually like D'Onofrio. That would have been better.
Yeah.
Continue Hawkeye from the same perspective as Spider-Man. Camera bottom up, bottom down kind of movement. And then it covers up and we think, okay, it won't go up because it's not really D'Onofrio. And boom, it's D'Onofrio. Like a Reed Richards reveal,
Mm-hmm. Thing is,
yeah. Reed Richards, like that,
Like fucking Hawkeye handled Wilson Fisk better than fucking Spider-Man. Like, let that shit sink in, dude.
That's abysmal.
And all we saw was cufflinks. That's it.
Yeah.
A big ass hand and some cufflinks. That's it.
Jesus.
Oh shit. I remember how there was this circling around like the Netflix shows aren't canon, so I wonder who they're gonna get to play him, and like, dude, I shit you not, the big show like went on Twitter and was like, I'll do it. It's like he'd gladly he wanted to like throw his hat in there.
Yeah, I remember. Hey man, I'm just trying to say, MCU bag. MCU is money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, dog.
A lot of money. I understand, bro.
There was even fan arts and everything, dude. I shit you not. What was that drawings of like Show going up against Spider-Man? It was like,
Yeah,
that got a good chuckle out of me, dude. Like, I remember I asked you, like, dude, how would you react if, like, the final episode of Hawkeye, the camera panned around and it was like, well,
oh my god. Yeah,
I laughed so hard, man. I would have died if that happened, dude, man. Oh, shit. But here, we got Fisk. He's in the universe. He's shot, but like he ain't dead. Yeah, we never saw a body. And that's a key thing. Like, same thing with Squid Game. We never saw a body, so dude ain't dead.
No, I mean, obviously it's not, because he has to show up for one echo, but also, even in the comics, he doesn't die from that. He gets temporarily blind, and then he gets new eyes. But, like, he was never gonna die anyway. For me, at least, I never interfered, because I read the entire run with the Tracksuit Mafia.
Yeah. Plus, dude, it would have been a waste, bring back Philadelphia just to kill him in one episode? Like, come on. Like, that's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Whew. Hawkeye was better than I thought it would be. I'm gonna be straight up. It was better than I gave it credit for. Especially towards the end.
Exactly. I mean, Winter Soldier was like, it fell flat.
Yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's just, there was a whole lot of nothing in those middle episodes. Did you notice? Like, there's like Bucky and Falcon fix up a shrimp boat, and like they're just chilling in one episode. Like the fire smashers are still out there, but like in one episode they fix up dude's boat. They get like the family business up and running. Like, I didn't need to see that. I didn't need to see Hawkeye struggling to get a loan.
Yeah, they were just future Shogun popping back in here again. They were straight up Forrest Gumping in that point. Like, they were just straight up Bubba Gump Shrimp Company right there. Just, not to mention there was that scene at the end with like Sam in the full-on Captain America gear, and he was now accepting his role as Captain America. And he was like, talking down to these politicians, like, you gotta do better, you gotta, he didn't actually lay out how they can do better. He was just like, you have to do better, you need to be better, like, make smarter decisions. He basically waved the finger at them. It's like, you need to start behaving, young man, but he never really told them how, he's just like, you gotta do better, you guys need to do more, this ain't enough. Like, look what happened. And stop calling them terrorists, okay? You really need to stop calling them terrorists. Despite the fact that they fucking are. They just tried to murder a room full of people with gas and, like, they've been killing people all the TV show. They're terrorists. Call them what they are. Shit. Ugh. Anyway, back to the rest of the show.
Dude. All that did was raise more questions than answers, man. Like, just, they straight up asked him, like, how have you not had a job, like, all this time? Like, how have you been earning no income? And it's like, wait a minute, Tony Stark doesn't pay the Avengers? Like, how do they live?
There's no stipend.
Like, he's
fucked.
Like, he's just giving them free room and board at, like, Avengers Tower and shit. Like, that's all it is, Like, oh, you get to stay here, eat food, whatever, but I'm not paying you. Like, just... oh, shit. Man. In retrospect, not retrospect, but in hindsight, like, Tony Stark was kind of a dick. And he never learned his lesson, man. Like, the fact that he gave Peter control of that drone army shows he never learned his lesson, man.
It shows that he was sleeping in Iron Man 1.
Yes, dude.
And it was your movie, bro. Clearly you were sleeping.
Yeah. Oh, shit, dude. Like, just... Even in Age of Ultron, he was like, a suit of armor around the world, yeah, like, that went wrong, it got in the wrong hands, and he didn't learn his lesson. This movie shows that he didn't learn his lesson. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna not do that anymore, just,
Like, no, Anthony, no, bad dog.
Dude.
He never learned. And like, why would you steal someone's creation? Did he already steal bar for his Queen line? What's the truth? Who do we believe?
Did he? Why would he though? That's a good question. Tony Stark's like billionaire, isn't he?
People who steal, like, he's not like the villain from that movie where people are gaming. I don't know what movie it's called. Or is it the one with Ryan Reynolds? He's
like Free Guy? Yeah, he's not that guy.
Yeah, he's actually smart. He's not like a Taika Waititi to do with your idea makes money off of you. He can make his own product and make billions from it. He's like a Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
He's like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs. He's like everyone. Why would he steal your measly best invention? I'm sure he can make himself if he wanted to. I'm sure.
Yeah, he probably could have. Like, and it wasn't like he was selling it. It was just there, something you could make. Like, and it went nowhere. It if you'll notice, that plotline went nowhere. Like, Tony Stark had this device that could make life illusions and did nothing with it. Like, just, oh yeah, like, I spent X amount of money making this a possibility, and like, the whole thing I did for it was like a flashback to when I was a kid. That's it. Like, oh wow. That's, shit. I think they realized, like, you know, this, we have to do something with this, so they made it a plot line in No Way and Far From Home. So, like, yeah, like, retroactively fit in Jake Gyllenhaal's coming back. Oh, shit. Which was good, by the way. That was some good retroactive canon. Way better than Eternals. Oh, shit. Did you hear they're getting a sequel?
Why?
They announced it, man. Like, fucking them straight up were like, yeah, we're like beginning the process for a sequel on Eternals and bringing back Chloe Zhao.